What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. And Chicago O'Hare and his mate are over there. We just had a few droplets over here. I think those will be the last. So I was waiting a little. I already have some visitors. Milo and his mom were over here. So I also showed him a few of the interesting websites where you can find information about incoming and outgoing traffic. In the meantime, things have gotten dry over here. And it looks like we're going to keep it that way in the upcoming hours. Saturday. We're at the Kaagbaan. Runway 24 being used for departures. Nippon Cargo over here. And KLM flight 1123 to Cork in Ireland just now took off. Three hairs. Lovely to see. And off they go. Hope everybody is doing well. Marja, goedenavond. And welcome to the show, everybody else. Marinus, Bastiaan, Eddie, Bobbers, good morning. Ben the Man, Hestay, Hans, good morning. Manzi, good morning. Bram, goedemorgen. Mary Naomi, goedemorgen. Carol, good morning. Carol's aunt arrived at Schiphol at around 8 o'clock. So she landed here safely. Current status quo. This is what things look like over here. It's cloudy. Not very windy per se. It's not cold. We had a few droplets. Most of the droplets and rain fell west of me. Now the area of rain is northwest of us. Looking directly to the west, there are some openings in the sky visible as well. Thunderstorms expected tonight, late afternoon at the earliest. Milo and his mama are over there. Coming from the Rotterdam area, and Milo was particularly waiting for the Delta A350. That should be leaving here later this morning. Delta is again coming to Amsterdam with A350s every now and then. Indeed, John. Schiphol Airport. Indeed. In the meantime, good morning to everybody who joined. Olaf, good morning. Nielsje, goedemorgen. Han, goedemorgen kerel. Welcome one and all. Hope you're all doing well. We're waiting for traffic to take off. An A320neo EasyJet to BHX. Is that Birmingham? Birmingham. Oh. Accidentally pressed my phone screen. Switched it off. Right, we've got a chat back live. The sand dunes have gone, but what have returned instead? Containers. You might be thinking, hey, are we at Rotterdam, the port of Rotterdam? But that's not the case. This is Schiphol very much, I will tell you. I think the EasyJet is coming this way. Or... Hey Davey, goedemorgen. Good morning. Davey asks, did you hear about Spirit Airlines going belly up? I didn't. Not until you mentioned it just now. Spirit going belly up, that shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Bastiaan asks if the Chinook is there again. I haven't seen or heard it yet, but who knows? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, rest in peace indeed. Jeez. Was it fuel prices that was the tipping point? Was that the last straw? Right, it's an easy start of the day. Diverging departures in progress. Alsmeerban 18 left is also open for outbound traffic. With the absence of sun, we do see the contrast of the liveries a bit better. A321neo to Bucharest, KLM flight 1373. Fuel prices is what they say, says Olaf. Ronnie, good morning. Stimpy, good morning. Stefan, good morning. Rob, good morning, mate. Jador, good morning. Lightning Peppers, good morning. Chris Koot is here. You may have heard him just now. E2. E2 Embraer, KLM. Narrowbody's departures from both runways for the time being, though there are some wide bodies already pinging on the platform, so we are going to get some wide bodies to the United States, etc. pretty soon. Won't be too long. Chris Koot is on land. And are those duckies at my arrivals location? Hard to see. A321neo. Hey, Jun Rosek, goedemorgen kerel. Henk, goedemorgen. Nico, goedemorgen. Ah, Nico will be joining on the fat bike again. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a moment, Ben. A brief visit last time. Nico came over on his fat bike to say hi, and he went on his way again. Right, what's over there? Geese? Yep, geese, alright. They are magnificently looking, aren't they? Henrik, Roberto, ciao ragazzi. Good morning. Mizam, good morning. Welcome back, mate. Good to see you again. A hairy situation over there. Hey Marissa, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Welcome to the show, everybody else. 01 Mike D, good morning. Welcome back, Carlos. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Saturday. So, change of weather. We are going to get showers, thunderstorms tonight, or at least that's what they were warning for as of yesterday already. A few droplets this morning, most of it fell west of me. It was quite interesting to see because in my hometown it was raining, not cats and dogs, but it was definitely raining. It would get you wet pretty soon. Drove off to Schiphol, and the moment I turned onto the highway, things dried up again, and except for a few droplets, 5 minutes before going live, it stayed dry here. Now, looking in the direction that the clouds are drifting in from, you can actually see multiple spots of blue over there. The clouds are thinning, it's brightening. It shouldn't be raining anytime soon anymore, at least not until tonight. KLM Flight 601 to LAX is coming this way, and 639 to San Diego is also coming this way. Bugs Bunny. It's a hairy situation, ladies and gentlemen. Those aren't bunnies. Those are hares. Chicago. And mates. Ini Mini, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Mr. F, good morning. Sander, goedemorgen. Good to see you, mate. W, goedemorgen. W says that the Nippon Cargo 747 is estimated to take off from 18 left at 10:20, and Atlas 747 also via 18 left 10:27. So we are going to get 2 pushbacks and we should be able to see the 2 747's. 2 747's gaan straks via 18 links opstijgen. 10:15 en 10:30. Just informing Milo and his mom, who are sitting a bit further behind me, about the 747's. I'm sure Milo will enjoy. Joe McKenzie, tuning in from Hong Kong. Good afternoon, mate. Traveling the world, aren't you? There's KLM flight 601, which will be leaving for LAX in a moment. Mariella, good morning. Jillis, goedemorgen. Agnes, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody. Jadrusik says, quite a sea smell outside today. Zeevonk, I guess, same over there. I wouldn't necessarily call it a sea smell. It's. Well, I'm not the right person to be smelling stuff. My senses are pretty dull compared to Lisa, for example, who is hypersensitive for everything. I am not smelling any sea smell particularly over here. If anything, maybe the smell of fresh rain, just a little bit. It did trickle a little. Had to take out the portable umbrella, but that was it. Hey Martinair, goedemorgen kerel. Good to see you again. So, KLM flight 601 to LAX, A787-10 Dreamliner is turning onto the runway. I don't suppose we are able to see that from here. I think there are things in the way. Not just the containers in the foreground, but also what seems to be like fences, although there is a KLM tail over there. I'm not sure if that is KLM flight 601. If that is 601, then that means the threshold of the runway is about over there. So I don't suppose we are going to see anything anytime soon, unless they get rid of all those fences and containers. What we are going to see pretty soon is the tail emanating from over there, moving this way to us. So that's what I'm focused on mostly now. Cass, good morning. And Lance, good morning. Lance tuning in from Christchurch, UK. Off on a short cruise this weekend and the sun has gone in, damn it. What? Yeah, no, I think the clouds we are getting over here are the same clouds that are drifting in from France and the south of England. Harry Heron is also on land over here, between me and Chris Coot. Or is that, no, that's not Chris Coot. What's that English word for kievit again? Because I'm seeing a kievit in Dutch. And Harry now has gone, flown off. The kievit, I think, is still there, if it is a kievit. Hey Angelique, goedemorgen. Angelique is tuning in from Durban in South Africa. So many viewers from South Africa. All the more reason to use the jingle. This is a kievit, isn't it? What's the English word again for kievit? Lapwing. Thank you, Mary Naomi. So there is a lapwing over there, and between it and me was Harry Heron. But that was only temporarily. Meanwhile, Arjan van Vught is also back in the chat, and he is celebrating today 31 months of membership. Arjan, thank you so much. Or Arjan, I should say. Thank you so much for your long-lasting support, mate. I hope that everything in the lounge is still to your satisfaction. If that's not the case, do hit me up and let me know what you feel needs to be improved, and I'll get on it to see if I can make things better for you and the other members. It's always a pleasure to have you in our chat. Good morning to you too. And congratulations and thank you for the long-lasting support. 31 months, that's 2 years and 7 months, isn't it? Yeah. Air France A320 to Paris, taking off via 18 left. And KLM flight 605 to San Francisco is lining up on 24. Air Baltic has arrived. None of the 747s are in pushback yet. Though I am now paying attention to what is happening over there, because there are two to be expected to get a pushback within the upcoming half hour. Oh, spoke too soon. Atlas is getting pushed back as we speak. There you go. Hey Marchola, goedemorgen, good to see ya. Firehawk, almost spelled correctly. Alk. Good morning. Welcome to the channel, mates. Happy Saturday. Looks grim in the direction of where the airplanes are coming from. Bit more humidity in the air for a change. And now the exception to the rule. Exception to the rule. Normally speaking, we have KLM flights with flight numbers that are airplane types flown by airplanes that aren't the airplane type. Here we have the one exception to the rule. Anybody who is OCD would love this. KLM flight 789 is on the runway threshold and is coming this way. KLM flight 789, and it's also flown by a Boeing 7879, which is abbreviated to B789. It's a flight number which is also flown by the airplane type that the flight number represents. I love it. I see that Paul is also back in the chat. Good morning, Paul. Welcome back. John Singleton is too. Good morning, lads. Alex Whitberg is also tuning in from South Africa. Oh, everybody is viewing from South Africa this morning. I'm definitely doing my best to make it an awesome day over here, I can tell you, Alex. Hope everything is good on your end as well. Winter is on the doorstep, isn't it, in South Africa? Hope the weather is still decent over there. So, KLM flight 789, a Boeing 789. Loving it. Bits of bloom. What? Yeah, big picture view to the southwest. Looks like so. The west looks like so. The north looks like so. East looks like this. South looks like this. So southeast of us, there's definitely some openings coming in, drifting in. Atlas has been pushed back. We'll depart from 18 left, but we should still be able to see it quite well from here. Bertje, goedemorgen. RDW, goedemorgen. Welcome back, guys. Nippon will also be leaving. FedEx in the foreground. FedEx 737. Still a hairy situation over there. Next airplane taking off from runway 24 has begun rolling by the looks of it. KLM flight 1137 to Dublin, Ireland, a 737-800. 17 years old, Papa Hotel, Bravo Golf Charlie. Ivo, good morning. And welcome everybody else who joined in the meantime. TUI Dreamliner over there. TUI to LPA, that's Gran Canaria. LPA Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, probably. Up, and away. Before you know it, we'll be basking in sunshine over here. More open skies are slowly drifting in by the looks of it. Do we see any movement here at the Nippon? Not yet. Have they begun to poop? Have they turned on the APU already? Hard to see, but it doesn't look like it. Or, well, there's distortions, but they don't seem to be different immediately behind the airplane, so I'm inclined to say they're probably not yet using the APU. Is Air Baltic, another A220. Wide body's up next after EasyJet, or at least TUI will be leaving after that. And yeah, I think there are 3 coming this way. Okay, is the Seagull chasing away? What are they chasing after? Evasive maneuvers. Wow. Is that a crow? Or is that a kestrel or something? Kestrel, buzzard. Looks like it may have been a predator bird. And EasyJet on its way, A320neo. Nice belly shot. Now the freighter has arrived on the scene. Emirates Sky Cargo over there. Next departure over here is going to be TUI to Gran Canaria. Is that the KLM 737-900 SkyTeam? Yes, it is. It is. There's the TUI coming. TUI flight 1637 to Gran Canaria. Davidson passing by. Or at least that sounded an eerily lot like a Harley Davidson. I am no motorcycle connoisseur by any means, but it did sound like that was a proper Harley. Obviously, the moment we turn our backs to the cargo's, they cross the runway. Hey Gertin, goedemorgen, good to see you again. This is GG, good morning. EG Entertainment, good morning. EJ Entertainment asks how many coffees until now. 2 double espresso and that's it. Have to keep the liquid intake to a minimum if you go out streaming, if you don't want to go to the toilet every 5 minutes or so, particularly with coffee. Hey! What's the English description for this? In Dutch we say motor met zijspan. A motorcycle with a passenger next to it. I still remember back in the day when I was growing up in the 80s or 90s, you also had races with those type of bikes. And the passenger would hang either to the far end or all the way behind the driver so that they wouldn't tumble over through corners. Absolutely spectacular to see. I think that's the type of racing that they don't do anymore these days, or at least Eurosport doesn't broadcast it anymore. Sidecar. They used to have motorcycle sidecar with sidecar races. I know that Eurosport used to air those every now and then. Surely that sport hasn't gone extinct, has it? Sidespan, yeah. Yeah, that's not the proper translation, as I suspected, sidecar. Well, there you go. Peter PV, good morning. Potatisco, good morning. All right. Martin Air Cargo, is that the MPS? Oh no, that's KLM Cargo has begun pinging. KLM Cargo to Miami. Hey, that's one that will be leaving for via runway 24. So apparently, somewhere over there, there is a KLM 747. Interesting. Still on man and some other venues, right? I still remember that from when I was growing up. It always struck me as very spectacular to see. Absolutely lovely. Check out Isle of Man sidecar racing, so they still do that over there. Isle of Man, wow. You have to be pretty much done with life if you want to go motor race over there, don't you? Yep, as I thought, W confirms. 747 to Miami. That is a candidate for runway 24. Meanwhile, KLM flight 743 is coming this way. It's going to go to Lima in Peru, right next to Ecuador. It's a 777-300. With wing fluff, gorgeous. Hey Ricardo, goedemorgen. Thea, goedemorgen. Theo! I'm so used to seeing Thea's in the chat. Misread. Theo. Nippon pushing back. Whoa. If the sun is coming out more, might even be able to go stream with just my t-shirt on. And with the rain, I took my parka with me, my winter parka, because it is water repellent. Now I am only wearing a t-shirt, but that should still be comfortable. Paul says that the Isle of Man is also famous for cats that have no tails. The Manx cat. Really? I didn't know. Poor kitties. No tail to wag. Hey Maud, goedemorgen. Oh. Is the chat updating? Let's see. It ought to. Though I'm not completely sure. So somewhere over there should be a KLM 747 as well. That's Emirates and something Chinese. So is the KLM tail blocked completely by airplanes in the foreground? In the distance, the tail of Atlas Air, the Atlas 747, which is going to go to Seoul via 18 left. Yeah, the chat is continuing, but on my phone it is frozen, so I'm going to have to do some tinkering with reloading my live chat on my browser. Close window, open new window, paste link I just now copied, top chat to live chat, zoom in a little and go to the bottom. Right. Should have a working chat again. We haven't lost any moderators in the process, have we? Is every moderator still accounted for? Nah, should be good. Right. As I was looking at the messages I missed, I'm also missing out on Iberia? No, Air Baltic. Baltic belly shot. Things are opening up here, slowly but surely. Hello, goedemorgen, good morning. Mike, goedemorgen, good morning. Maxime, goedemorgen. Mark, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, one and all. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. It isn't mandatory, but it is always appreciated. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. There are quite a few people watching. Together they know quite a lot, and we'll happily try to answer any questions you may be having. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like. That really helps to bring in more people and help the channel grow. The more the merrier. We have plenty of room for more. Next up, KLM flight 1075 to Bristol. That's an Embraer 190. Now, I see that Ivo just went ahead and gifted the membership. Munomo is the recipient. Munomo, welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, mate. Have fun with the 34 custom emojis. A massive big thanks to Ivo for your generosity. Don't forget to say thank you if you are a recipient of a gifted membership to the gifter. and have fun with the 34 custom emojis that we have at our disposal. Thank you, Adam, for the kind words. Kevin, good morning. E2 Umbrella 195 to Inverness in Scotland. Superna 747 turning for the Polderbaan, says W. Thanks for the heads up, mate. I wonder to what extent we can see it from here. It's probably still pretty far north, isn't it? Let me zoom out a little, see if I can spot it. Oh, it's turning. Oh, it's turning onto the runway, onto the glide slope. Still in the vicinity of Heemskerk. That's really far north still. Suparna coming with a 747 today. What a treat. Nippon Cargo. Nippon Cargo flight 49 to Milan. Also a candidate for the wrong runway. I'm still not seeing that 747, but there is a 747 pinging. Boeing 747 from KLM, which should be leaving for Miami. That is definitely a destination that airplanes take runway 24 from. For. More narrow bodies over here. And we have a Chinese triple that is crossing the runway. No, that's not a triple, that's an A330, isn't it? Doesn't work that well when you when you have an airplane leaving when you start the music. I know. Nippon is on the move. It's getting busy here at the threshold of the Kaagbaan, runway 24. The A350 from Delta has also arrived on the scene. It's right there. That's looking to become the fourth or so departure, or fifth, depending on if you include the Air Baltic that's coming this way already. And that's Air Baltic flight 962 to Vilnius. Next up, EasyJet A320neo to London Gatwick. We have KLM flight 713 to Paramaribo as well over here. There's the Chinese. And Atlas is now turning on to 18 left, but Vueling is cheating. Thank you, Maxime. We need to keep a close eye out for that. There is the 747 in the background. Now there's Atlas Air on its way. Marcus is also back in the chat. Marcus van den Broek is celebrating 10 months of membership. Almost 1 year, time flies, great stuff boy, he writes. Marcus, welcome back. Thank you so much for your kind words. Congratulations on 10 months of membership. Thank you for the long lasting support. I hope that everything in the lounge is still to your satisfaction. 2 more months and you'll have a green badge. Bloody amazing. Hope everything in the lounge is still to your liking. If not, let me know, Marcus. And let me see what I can do to make things better for you and the other members. Congratulations and thank you so much for the support. Hunter Cat, good morning. CJ, good morning. Goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan, runway 24, where a KLM 747 has sneakily been pushed back, which is going to be leaving via runway 24 in a few moments, the runway we are actually standing next to. Nippon Cargo to Milan is also waiting to continue to runway 18 left. In the meantime, I'm taking off the jacket and am going for just the t-shirt. So that's KLM Cargo, which will be leaving for Miami, Florida. Atlas Nippon has continued its taxi Nippon to Milan, and Atlas was going soul searching in South Korea, if I recall correctly. Hey, Jane is also back. Privet, good to see you again. Long time no see. Hope you've been well in the meantime. Transavia Geek, good morning. And good afternoon, or morning I should say. Difficult name to pronounce. Lots of letters and a few digits. Hey Richard, goedemorgen kerel. Welcome back, mate. EasyJet, the person Chester is coming. And the crane is also working, doing stuff. This is EasyJet. And KLM with a 737-900 to Gothenburg is cheating. And after that, the A350 from Delta. Frank also back in the chat. Good morning, Frank. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Welcome to the show, everybody else. Marcus just went ahead and he gifted 5 memberships. Mate, you really didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, Marcus. That is extremely generous. And one welcome to the Aurora Skylines, to the new members. Don't forget to say thank you to Marcus if you are one of the recipients of his gifted memberships. Have fun with the 34 custom emojis now at your disposal for a month. Incredibly generous, Marcus. Thank you so much and welcome to the Skylines new members. It's one of those days where it's a bit too cold to be standing in just your t-shirt, and it's a bit warm when filming with a jacket on. I think it's best to keep the jacket on, which is what I was doing as there was a departure passing by just now. Maxime asks, how's the situation in the water? Well, it's pretty calm, to be honest. I mean, I haven't seen any birds. Chris Coot has been sighted, but only on land. It's a Saturday. What can I say? The birds are sleeping in. Don't see any activity in the water just now. The hares are active. The seagulls are too. Not sure if the hares are still there. They were there in the beginning. Yep, there's one. No, that's not a hare. Quite a few herons over there. Makes you wonder what's for dinner over there. Frogs? Mice? Or something else? Hey Rick, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Jan, goedemorgen. And Jan has returned from 3 weeks in Cape Town, South. Had to flip back a page. Okay. So, Delta Airlines Flight 161 A350 lined up on runway 24, next departure here on Kaagbaan. Also, Nippon Cargo Flight 49 making its way to the threshold of 18 left. I think we're going to get the A350 first, then a quick cameo of the 747, and then back to the wide bodies that are also lining up here on runway 24. Quite a few. KLM Flight 615 to Portland, KLM Flight 749 to Bogota, and Delta Flight 143 to Seattle is also taxiing this way. And of course the 747 from KLM, which will be leaving for Miami. That is definitely going to be taking off on runway 24 as well. So if you don't have to be anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax and enjoy the heavies and other things going on over here. Promises to be another good one here. We had a few droplets in the beginning of the morning, a few minutes before I went live. A few droplets fell. Other than that, we should stay dry here. Things should stay dry here. And then some refreshing thunderstorms tonight. Right, the A350 is moving. Delta Airlines Flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Standard livery, November 506, Delta November is the registration, and what a looker. 8 years old, first flight December 2017. Lovely. No time to waste. Gotta move with haste because there's a 747 from Nippon which will be taking off via the wrong runway. Lined up right now. Should be next. More wide bodies here. That's all for runway 24. Nipple cargo going to Milan. And there are the hares in the foreground. Hairy situation. And on to the next KLM flight 615 to Portland, Oregon. Or, yeah, no, that's this is KLM flight 615 to Portland, Oregon. 787-10 Dreamliner. The Papa Hotel, Bravo Kilo Hotel. Hey, Razor013 also back in the chat, good morning. Welcome back, mate. Yeah, things are opening up here. Don't have sunscreen with me, but I am wearing a t-shirt, so I have to be careful with sun exposure. Hey, the duckies are awake. Nice to see. Salut, Jean-Yves. Welcome back. Bienvenue. Good to see you again. Hope it was well, mate. Up next, KLM flight 749 to Bogota in Colombia, and that's right next to Ecuador. There it is. 787-10 Dreamliner, the Papa Hotel, Bravo Kilo Lima. That's a 3-year-old specimen, first flight June 2022. National 747 just landed on Polderbound, says Yellard. Thanks for the info, mate. And Suparna has arrived on the scene over here. Suparna with the 747. Becoming more rare by the day. Hey Erik, goedemorgen. And welcome back. Hey, they're landing on runway 27. It's 10:42. So I have to update the ticker. I thought they were going to take the center runway. Now, this is KLM Cargo going to Miami, Florida, flight 6161. Right as the sun is beginning to shine. This is the Papa Hotel, Charlie Kilo Bravo, the CKB. 23 years old. First flight April 2003. The CKB from 2003. If you're enjoying shots like this, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen. It helps immensely to bring bring in more people and grow the channel. Beautiful cloudy backdrop, against which this KLM is flying out. Delta Atlas at 143 to Seattle behind me. Now, something that is becoming more of a rarity these days. It is the Suparna 747. It used to frequent Schiphol Airport weekly, daily, quite regularly, and now of course it has become quite a rarity with the 777 taking over. Chris Cooten's mate, Gary Greben's mate are coming this way as well. We also have DHL over there, A300, 600. Interesting stuff going on. KLM Flight 661 to Houston in Texas is coming this way. KLM Asia, because Houston is a well-known city in Asia. It's the Papa Hotel Bravo Victor Bravo, 18 years old, first flight March 2008. A very good morning to all who have joined in the meantime. Fanblade, good morning. Johnny, good morning. Ron, good morning. Bram, goedemorgen. Peter, goedemorgen. Al Mustafa, good morning. Pretty soon DHL is going to be doing the same. Hey Jos, good morning. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Now it's getting more and more sunny over here. There is a quad engined control coming my way. Is that an A380? It does look a little like an A380, doesn't it? Or... nah, it's an A380, isn't it? But it's not Emirates. Is that Qatar? Nah. What is it? No time to waste, gotta move with haste, because the next departure is rolling and rotating. Etihad, Etihad A380 from Munich to Toronto, thank you. Hey Lise, goedemorgen. Now, it's getting pretty warm over here. I have no sunscreen with me and it's either in my t-shirt or I have to stand with my parka on. Etihad. Well, there you go. Oh yeah, now I do recognize the tail a little. From the other angle it was a bit harder to see. Okay, now Suparna has arrived on the scene. National is on its way over. Should be making an appearance here pretty soon. National 747. Don't see them very often, but now lately we've seen them a couple of times in a row. Arjan, goedemorgen. Robin, goedemorgen. Little Lunar Reads, good morning. BizJet has taken off from runway 22 just now. Let's see, there is a KLM widebody over there, but which one is it? Don't think I see a KLM widebody on flight radar. That's odd. KLM flight 1971 to Split, Lickety Split in Croatia is coming this way, 737-800. Rocksteady, goedemorgen. Jordi, goedemorgen. Luis, good morning, bom dia. Okay, why don't we have a quick look on the METAR website to see what the weather has been doing. So, interestingly, the wind is blowing from the west. What? Oh yeah, no, that's that's right. We're using the Kaagbaan for departures, and you can see that the airplanes are actually having headwind here. Runway 0624 means that the pilots are having headwind. We have few clouds at 6,000 feet, we have few clouds at 2,700 feet. Interestingly, this time around we go up to 10,000 feet over here instead of 5. The report is still mentioning light showers and rain and few clouds towering cumulus clouds. 17 degrees, not cold, 4 knots of wind. Not much to write home about in that respect. The National is coming this way. It's crossing the runway. Jero, good to see ya. Tuning in from Arlington, Texas. Good morning. Al Mustafa lives in Rennes in France. Sometimes I see still cool stuff at the airport, like an A400M doing laps over the city. And the Sachtler Val passing at high speed. That's cool, mate. That is really cool. Hardly ever do we see fighter jets here at Schiphol. And when we do see them, they announce them a week prior to when they come. And they come on working days for me. Hope that next time they're going to practice with F-35s over here. They're announcing it. They'll announce it a bit more beforehand. Rafales are cool. And those A400s are very recognizable. They make a very distinct sound, always lovely. You can hear them well in advance. It does look like a bit further out west. Over the Gulf of Yorkshire there's more, well, this is southwest, there's more cloudiness to be seen. I'm not sure if there's food to be had, but Russell is definitely foraging and looking for something. Peter K, good morning. Bevor Patat, goedemorgen, good morning. LC878, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen. And welcome to the show, everybody else. Alan, also back in the chat. Alan Thorburn is celebrating 10 months of membership. Boy and mods, you're the best, he writes. Alan, thank you so much for your kind words and for your long-standing support. 10 months, that's not small potatoes. Thank you so much for your support. I hope that everything in the lounge is still to your satisfaction. It is the 30 years red special national. I thought it was a regular blue one. We've seen this a few times before. Quite a lovely machine. No shitty day today, Peter. No, it's the only shittiness in the weather was before going live. We should have no shit here today. Jan Henk, goedemorgen. Jan Henk Almelo tuning in from Nijmegen. That's confusing. That is a lovely machine, isn't it? Hey, Singapore A350 is coming this way. Thanks for the heads up, Koen. That's good news. Now a Chinese triple has arrived when we weren't watching, when we weren't looking. Something passing by overhead. I think that may have been Delta. Twin jet, wide body. Let's quickly have a look. I think it said Delta on the tin. No. Oh, it's Air Canada. It's a Dreamliner Air Canada. Maple syrup. Next up, KLM flight 597, which is going to Cape Town in South Africa. Jan, Nielsje, goedemorgen, good morning. Edwin, goedemorgen, good morning. Mutable Dark Wolf, good morning, goedemorgen. And that's a pretty airplane, isn't it? Question now is, will it take a left or right hand turn? If it takes a right, we might get a beautiful headshot. Queenie headshot. Jean-Yves says, this 747 has disco colors, dancing queen. That's the way, I like it, Dance, baby, dance. Yeah, it's taking a left, so unfortunately not coming this way. You may hear, I was about to turn the camera to the birds, but busiest taking off from runway 22. Next up is going to be a KLM E2 Embraer 195 to Dubrovnik. Hey, and W says that the Orange Pride to Johannesburg is active on Flight Radar. What runway has it been assigned to according to CDM? Because it is almost 11, so I'm thinking it may be coming this way. Hey, and check out in the background, second day 350 of the show, Singapore Airlines. Try to see if I can spot the hares, if they're still there. If the hares are still there. Oh, and I see another landing on runway 27. I have to make sure that runway use is current. Well, for now, let's continue with filming in traffic. Saudia landing on runway 27. Interesting, interesting. Think I have it. Thanks, Marissa. And you're absolutely right, Davey. I agree. The A350 is such a pretty plane. It's one of my favorites. And I know quite a few of you guys love it as well. Runway 27. Right. Updated the ticker with respect to runway use. It's still set 18C because that's what I estimated it was going to be, but it wasn't. Orange Pride assigned to runway 24, says Mary Naomi. That's good news. Saudi cargo arrived from Jeddah with Jeddah Nights, going to runway 27 near the McDonald's. Oh, wobble wobble. Ooh, reflection. Stupid buildings are in the way. Another queen. Yeah, well, they're not taking off from this runway that regularly. They are landing mostly on other runways, but as soon as they all come here. That's the silver lining of this location. It is sort of a funnel where all the cargo 747s are going to or taking off from, leaving from. Meanwhile. Yeah, you're right, Davey. Me too. I think, wasn't it in June or July that the first A350 from KLM is going to be delivered? Thought I heard it was going to be delivered on a Wednesday. And here is Daisy. Or? What a pretty birdie. Hello there, Daisy Duck. What is up? It seems to be responding to the sound it's maybe hearing from my... Oh, and away. It was actually looking like it responded to the quacking sounds that my laptop was making when I pressed the sound effect. Ryanair up next. Singapore Airlines up next, ladies and gentlemen. Singapore Airlines flight 323 to Singapore. And beautiful A350 900. In the meantime, Elwa, good morning. Peter, goedemorgen. Bonfest, good morning. Singapore Airlines flight 323 to Singapore is moving. Gorgeous airplane. It's the 9 Victor Sierra Mike Tango, 8 years old, first flight December 2017. Gorgeous. Now, it's definitely getting a bit more cloudy again. This is, I think, where the clouds are drifting in from, and it does look like the clouds that were more at the horizon are slowly drifting in. Hopefully it's going to stay dry here. For now the sun is out. For how much longer that's going to be the case, don't know. We'll see. Thunderstorms are expected for tonight. Though not for the entire country. I don't think that the north and the islands are having code yellow again anymore, I should say. It was the whole country yesterday. They issued a warning, code yellow warning for thunderstorms for tonight, this afternoon, late afternoon. The north no more, I think. We'll see. Joyce didn't know that Ryanair was also flying from Schiphol. Oh yeah, absolutely they are. For quite a while already, actually. And twin jet overhead. Oh, and a biz jet taking off over there. Twin jet Lufty Contrail. I think it's Lufty over there. Yeah, that's Lufty, all right. Unmistakably Lufthansa. Next, we're waiting for the appearance of Georgian Airways. A 737 to Tbilisi in Georgia. The 4 Lima November India Kilo 4L Nick. That's a 16-year-old 737-700. First flight was in November 2009. Martin, good morning. Zikasar, good morning. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory, but it is always appreciated when people say hi. If you have a question, feel free to ask. Many are watching. Together they know quite a lot. And if you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already, if you want to help this channel grow. Next up, KLM flight 591, which is going to leave for Johannesburg in South Africa. Hey, good morning Ed Verboot, goedemorgen. Stefan Tudor, good morning mate, welcome back. So landings take place on runway 27, together with the Polderbaan, now in use for arrivals. Means that everything taking off is taking off via the runway we are standing right next to. And the next departure is going to be a 777, the Orange Pride, leaving for Johannesburg. You guys have found the Orange Pride custom emoji, eh? Yep. Oh, and the sun is now illuminating it again. Lovely. Turning south. Wing fluff over the top foil of the wings. Hey Finlay, good morning. Indeed, toothpaste. Don't forget to brush your teeth twice a day. Thank you for reminding us. It's KLM that does that, both with the Orange Pride and with the KLM 100 years. They do have a thing for toothpaste, don't they? Delta Airlines Flight 47 to New York. No time to waste, gotta move with haste. A Beaver Productions asks, what do you like more to see, landings or takeoffs? Well, I like the visuals of the arrivals, I like the audio of the departures. As with everything, there's something to say for all. Departures are hard to film without seeing the bellies. You have to stand really far away. Arrivals you can film much more easily from close up. Plus, whenever there's crosswind, crabbing is always visually spectacular to see. While Saudia is waiting to cross the runway, I am going to have myself a small drink. Bottoms up, ladies and gentlemen. Doeg! Timo and his mom leaving. Classical example of what I don't like so much about departures. The narrow bodies are already high up in the sky and you have to stand so far away that you cannot see the ground action properly if you want to film departures. Unless you're standing at a different location where there's more to see. From here, this is definitely a location where I prefer to film arrivals from. Jaap, goedemorgen. ANWB, goedemorgen. Kevin, good morning. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Saturday. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at the Kaagbaan, runway 24, the primary runway for departures, and right now the only one. Air Europa Max 8 is coming this way, and the Sadia 747 has to wait. BA is also lining up, so I'm thinking the 747 will have to wait a little. Question then becomes, is KLM Flight 627 to Miami also going to go ahead? Interesting to see that Air Europa is flying to Amsterdam in the weekends with narrow bodies and the Dreamliner. Dreamliner during the weekdays. Spanish people commuting to work in Amsterdam? Question mark? Probably not the case. I hear something overhead, but I'm not seeing anything. The Sadia 747 is still standing there. Erik is leaving. See you later, Erik. Enjoy the rest of your day and hopefully see you again soon. BA Flight 431 to London Heathrow is lined up and should be leaving pretty soon. American Airlines to Philadelphia has also arrived in the background. Ah, now the 747 is going to move. Direct Laguna, good morning, good to see you again. So the cargo has crossed the runway. The Cargo Lux is arriving. More 747s to be crossing the runway here pretty soon. Not yet, KLM Flight 627 is going to be leaving for Miami, Florida. Lined up right now. There's the tail of the American Airlines Dreamliner, which will be leaving for Philadelphia. Right, KLM Flight 627 is supposed to be on the move, and there it is. A330-300. American Airlines up next, flight 203 to Philadelphia. K5 has arrived on the scene. That used to be K1, but they replaced the black 1 for a blue 5 and hoped that nobody would notice. Well, guess again. You also have to update the license plate, you nimbit. Yeah, that's typical. I'm trying to show you the license plate and there's a fence right blocking it constantly. Ah, so that's why the fence is at that height. It's a cover-up. It's a cover-up so that we don't see it says K1 actually. American Airlines Flight 203 on its way to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My word, how have I trained you? Everybody is reacting in a Pavlovian way. Where was the music when the airplane crossed the runway? I see I've trained you well. Now there's a heap of labels overlapping at the threshold. It's mostly narrow bodies, but there is a Delta A330 to Detroit over there as well, which we can see. That's Delta Airlines Flight 135 to Detroit, Michigan. How much is the delay for you guys? I'm seeing you guys respond to what I say with what looks to be a sizable delay of 20 or so seconds. Just wondering, how laggy is the stream? It's not. I hope it's not stuttering. That's the most important thing. I prefer to have a stream that it has a bit more lag, but that isn't stuttering than the other way around. Maria, here's the tune anyway. No need to play it, it is ingrained in my mind. There you go. 16-second delay for Mary Naomi. Maxime noticed a little delay. A few seconds only. 20 seconds for Davey. Paul has a slow a slow brain today, so doesn't matter. Well, I'm happy that at least since I went for a bit more lag in the chat, in the stream, that the buffering that we used to have seems to be a thing of the past. I think it was back in August that I briefly tried a different provider, and also shortly thereafter I bought a new modem and an antenna as well. So I now always have an antenna sort of dome with me that's lying in my laptop tent to amplify the Wi-Fi signal that the router is obtaining. That combined with more lag and well, with more lag, has done it. Only 4 seconds from Martin, so Martin is almost real life. 20 seconds for most of you. Well, as long as the connection is stable, that's the most important thing. Yeah, screw you, Elise. That's an emoji I don't want to see ever again. Buffering. Well, I have been looking into. I mean, I have a pretty decent camera, but there are better cameras out there. They are a bit more pricey. You can also go for cinema cameras and fixed separate lenses and whatnot. I have been looking into what's out there and if there's something that I might in the future upgrade to. I'm also thinking it would be nice if 4K were possible, but the data consumption is just so large. I don't think my current upload is fast enough to do that. That is a shame. It would be nice though. Yeah. Stop it! Stop it! You and your buffering emoji. Oops. Lost connection there. Audio only. That's what you get. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh dear. Let me restart things. Let there be light. Hey René, goedemorgen. Yvette, goedemorgen. Yvette tuning in from KLM flight 1615. Nice. Hey, and this is Delta. Didn't see that on flight radar. What's up with this? Thanks for the update there, Marissa. Marissa says that 18 left will be opening soon. Both Turkish and Emirates are already assigned to that. That is a shame, but it was to be expected. It's also getting more cloudy again, so the sun no longer is shining over here. It's hiding behind a layer of clouds. Now I hope it's going to stay dry here. I don't think there was any rain expected before the end of the day. Martin, good morning. Welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we're here at the Kaagbaan, runway 24. Right now, still the only runway open for outbound traffic, but soon no more. Diverging departures, 18 left, reopening. Runway 27 is now being used for arrivals, a secondary runway. The primary runway is the Polderbaan. I think this is Air Oink Oink. Yep. Air Oink Oink arriving from Istanbul, Turkey, A321neo. Quite a few tails over here. The next airplane to be leaving is KLM flight 1615 to Milan. And we had somebody greeting us from on board, wasn't it Yvette? Chat is going quickly. Apologies if I misremember your name. Arnoud, goedemorgen. Luca, good morning. Have to work on Tuesdays, mate. Sorry. And this is KLM flight 1615 to Milan, a 737-800. Gear up already. And closed again. Marcelo, good morning. Arnoud, you have a nice day too, mate. Thanks for the kind words. Happy weekend to you all. That's not ITA, is it? No, that's KLM. Sounds like there's inbound traffic coming overhead. Lufthansa is lined up and is coming this way to be going to Munich. Lufthansa flight 2303 in A320. After this, TUI to Curaçao, a Dreamliner. And the Delta that you're seeing over there is going to be going to Salt Lake City in Utah. That's an A330neo. Here is Lufthansa flight 2302 to Munich. Gear up. Close the hatches. Jerome B, goedemorgen, good to see you again. Lovely weather indeed, as long as it's not going to rain. But if all is well, it shouldn't. Not in the upcoming hours at least. The Grebes are over there, doing their morning swim. And here's the TUI Dreamliner already rolling. TUI to Willemstad Curaçao, flight 367. Joost, goedemorgen, and welcome to the show, everybody else. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you want to help this channel grow. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory to say hi, but it is always appreciated. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Quite a few people are watching. Together they know quite a lot, and we'll happily try to answer any questions you may be having. What I am going to do next is update the meter in the ticker, because it is a bit outdated. Light showers and rain, no more, at least not from what I can see over here. Here's an update. The meter has been updated with the latest ticker. For those of you who don't know what it means, if you look in the ticker in the bottom, EHAM is Schiphol Airport. The time and date of the report, the second is today, 9:25 Zulu time, that's 11:25, so it's less than 10 minutes old, this report. The wind is coming from 210 degrees, 9 knots is the speed. The wind direction is variable between 180 degrees and 240 degrees. 9999 means 10 plus kilometers of visibility on ground level. We have few clouds at 1300 feet. The air temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. The dew point is 14 degrees Celsius. The air pressure is 1018 hectopascals. And no significant changes are expected in the upcoming 2 hours. Edgar, goedemorgen. Goeiemorgen deze morgen, Edgar. If you're Dutch, you probably recognize the reference. He's Japanese, which is nice. Quite a few 747s we have seen, but we've yet to see something with propellers. Well, scratch that off the list. Here's the Dash 8-100 from the Dutch Coast Guard. Still with a Canadian registration. Just took off from runway 22 and now turning to the west for a coastal patrol. Stifte, stond vanmorgen bij de wisselhalte. You guys know what's up. Check in the books, Stift. Dutch Canadian is what I'm calling it from now. I like the name of that, Marissa. Absolutely wonderful. Dutch Canadian. Hey, finally see it on stream, Zigosaur says. Yep, it makes an appearance quite regularly, but this time it did pass by really close by. K1 over there. And another flight to Düsseldorf, Jörg's hometown. He's back home doing gardening, which of course, if you have been away for weeks, is something you need to attend to. Next up, Delta Airlines Flight 57 to Salt Lake City. I thought so. Marissa, inspired by John Dutch Canadian, Dutch Canadian. Doodly-dookie. Indeed, there goes the fruit. The references are to a series that you only know if you lived in the Netherlands in the 1990s. Sort of an office avant la lettre. Delta Airlines to Salt Lake City, Utah. It's an A330 Neo, the November 414 Delta Zulu. 3 years old. First flight May 2022. Hey, Steven is also back in the chat. Good to see you. Martijn, goedemorgen. Goedemorgens deze morgen. Dick, goedemorgen. Welcome one and all. Dick is testing his Starlink abroad. All well so far. Mate, what type of subscription do you have, and what are the upload and download speeds? Because I have been looking to Starlink every now and then. I don't see myself going into the field yet with a big dish, but who knows, it may be interesting. I do hear that their limitless subscriptions are really limitless and that you don't have to top up after 10 gigs or so. Runway inspection in progress. Means that the traffic is leaving via a different runway for the time being. 18 left, has probably opened up by now. Emirates is approaching as is Turkish. United is coming this way already, a 767, so not much time we have to wait. In the meantime, I think that's Snoop Duck, isn't it? The black tufted duck. Snoop Ducky Ducky. Wah, wah. There's still a hairy situation over there in the grass. Probably more to the left, right? Yeah. Probably more to the left, right. There were 3 this morning. And they're still there. It's getting warmer again and also a bit more reflective, so I'm getting my shield out for the camera LCD. Because I'm also thinking of taking off the jacket again. The Gen 3 and unlimited down is between 150 and 200 megabits and up is 40. 40. Okay. 40 would not be would be borderline enough for me for 4K, but you have to be it has to be very consistent. It would be better if it was higher. I've been looking into what it would take to do 4K streams, and it's actually quite it takes quite a lot. Also the processing power, I'm not sure if the M1 MacBook Air would be adequate, or if you need to upgrade that as well. If that were the case, you'd have to upgrade modem, upgrade the camera, upgrade the laptop. The ATEM Mini would no longer suffice. You'd have to go for a 4K, another type of connection to get your 4K signal to the computer. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not going to do any speed tests here with the live stream running because I'm currently uploading as we speak. I think what I currently need for 1080-50 is around 5 to 10 megabits per second, which my current unlimited subscription can easily manage, particularly now that I've upgraded to a modem with an antenna as well. That really amplifies the signal, does increase the bandwidth, both up and down. Well, I'm looking for excuses to upgrade the camera. It's a good camera, but there's better out there. But there's no point in upgrading to a better camera with a bigger sensor if the output that I can stream with is still limited to 1080-50. Not sure if it would warrant all the expenditures, if it would justify all the expenditures. Probably not. Sparta Rotterdam, goedemorgen. United Airlines 767 is turning onto the runway. And Turkish is as well. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point. Spend 8K to stream 4K, to have 4K. Jendrusek is right. Then I'm thinking, well, maybe if we ever get to 100K subscribers, that would be a nice gift to myself. Upgrade the camera. There currently is a good camera out there that would fit the bill for my current needs. Still a camcorder, but much better quality. Almost like a Sony f6, but then with a fixed lens. The Z200 from Sony. But the camera alone is already 4.5K, and it doesn't really there's no way that you can justify such an expenditure if you're not going to be able to use 4K for your live streams, which currently is not yet the case. Turkish Airlines also taking off, 18 left, diverging departures. Mark H is also back, good to see you. Pilot EHAM, good morning. Daisy is again back quacking. Wah. Oh, they've learned from Gary Grebe. If the camera pointy thingy is pointing in your direction, make yourself scarce, be gone. Pilot EHAM says, and if you rent a camera, will that be cheaper for the meanwhile? No, no, no. Because the only thing I can use it for is to film footage. So if I were to be in the business of making compilation videos, or if I would be ship spotting or something and wouldn't be live, then of course it would make sense to upgrade, because I can film without any problems 4K and upload it later. It's just that live streaming is more involved. And there's no use in getting that camera if you are only going to use it for streaming with 1080. Yes, it would have a bit more dynamic range. It would have maybe better color a bit, but not much more than that. Figment is warning us for a 747 overhead. In the meantime, things have gotten thus. So overhead traffic is no longer visible, unfortunately. Mark H just now went ahead and he gifted 5 memberships. Mate, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous, and you really didn't have to do that, Mark. A warm welcome to the Aurora Skylounge to the 5 new members who just received a gifted membership from Mark H. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say thank you to Mark. Enjoy the custom emojis that you now have at your disposal. 34. And you can use them for a month, so have fun with them. Get creative with them. They're there to be had fun with. They don't come on a budget, so make sure that you have fun and use them. There's absolutely no need to make a crowdfund for a camera because the camera is only one part of the puzzle. If you want to stream 4K, you have to upgrade almost everything. It's like what Jendrusik says, you have to spend 8K to film 4K. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Martijn asks, do you stream via a single 5G connection? I do. Yeah, and there are also options to bundle multiple connections, live view and whatnot. We've already had that discussion shortly after the internet failure I had when when Air Force One was leaving. Have a look at the money involved, ladies and gentlemen. That's not cost effective. Hey, Remy is also back. Good to see you, Remy. Welcome back. Sam XXL, goedemorgen, good morning. Second banana has arrived on the scene. Oh, and of course. Right, am I able to go back to the end of the live chat? I think I am. Yeah, it's still in sync. Good. For a moment I thought my chat was frozen because I had to scroll. But we're good. Alright. We're waiting for the next departure from Kaagbaan, runway 24. There it is, KLM flight 1167 to Bergen, a 737-800. Jeff is also back. The cones, they have ascended to the mothership. Is that so? Where are they? Surely they're still around. That's one. Oh, and something coming our way. Let's first film that. Dave, he caught himself humming that tune at work before. Beep, beep, beep. I'm telling you, that has happened to me and Lisa before at home as well. I'm the banana over there. But we were cone watching and we found one there. Question is, are there more? Are they hiding? Is it just the one? He is the one. It very much looks like that's the only cone remaining. The last of the Mohicans. Yep. Looks like it's only one. Looks like it's only one cone left. Mervin, good morning. Sjoel, goedemorgen. Matrix, good morning. Tuning in from Bergen. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The next airplane taking off is probably going to be Transavia to Alicante. I think that's now turning onto the runway. We have KLM flight 97, which is going to Edinburgh in Scotland. There are wide bodies to the Americas coming this way. They are coming. FedEx is still there, absolutely. Absolutely it is. Now, I'm not sure if it is the same airplane every time. If it's one airplane that has been standing there for quite a long time, or if it is maybe an airplane that often goes off. It does always seem to be there whenever we are here. Just the one lonely cone. So Runway. Hamed asks until when I'm going to stay spotting here. I don't know for sure yet. There is another another outbound peak with just one runway for outbound traffic, so everything coming to that for the Kaagbaan between 1 and 2. So that usually means more action here and also quite a few wide bodies often. It'll depend on the flow of traffic. That's usually the main reason I'm stopping at some point. The flow of traffic slowing to a trickle, or just one after the other wide body, narrow body. Hey Maurice, goedemorgen, good morning. Private jet inbound 422. I'm not seeing it just yet. There's a wide body approaching, that's KLM flight 691 to Toronto, and that is the next departure after this. KLM flight 691 to Toronto is turning onto the runway. It is a 787-10. Well, or Delta A330neo to Boston is also arriving on the scene. Speaking of Boston, Sarah's not in the chat today, is she? Or have I missed her arrival? Also missing Captain Jerry. Then again, we don't have any glide slope shots here today. Or at least not yet. Unless they're going to reverse the runway use, which they're not going to do. Not anytime soon. Yeah, no sight of Sarah yet. Next up, KLM flight 691, then Delta Airlines flight 243. Are there more 747s expected to go out anytime soon? Beep beep. Can you dig it? And here's the Dreamliner coming up. KLM Flight 691 to Toronto, 78710 Dreamliner. The PHBKI Bravo Kilo India, 5 years old, first flight to August 2020. Diverging departures. 18 left also open, and this is KM Malta. Where's it going to? Your guess is as good as mine. Paris? London. That's probably it, isn't it? What is up, Daisy? Haven't seen any ducklings yet. No Huey, no Dewey, no Louie. And there was a pair of ducks here a couple of weeks back that did have 3 back at the time. Next up, Delta Airlines Flight 243 to Boston, Massachusetts. A330neo, the November 406 Delta X-Ray, which had its first flight in April 2020, making it 6 years old. First 747 to be leaving is Cargo Lux with an estimated time of departure of 1:40. In the meantime, a wide body also took off from 18 left. Troy News A350. Angry looking Troy News A350 keeps saying, I don't want to go back to China, but they're making me. And there is Delta. More Delta has arrived. Delta Airlines Flight 73 to Atlanta will also be leaving pretty soon. And a fat belly. On some airplane types that looks more sleek. The A350 is a good example of that. And on some airplane types it really looks like a hideous protrusion. That part where the main gear retracts into and where the wings attach to the fuselage. I'm sure there's a technical name for it. I don't know it, but here on the 888 it looks more sleek. It's not protruding downward as much as with the A330s. KLM Flight 877 to Mumbai, this is, by the way. So KLM to Asia, not flown by KLM Asia, and KLM to all but Asia, being flown by KLM Asia. And Pilot EHAM, thank you so much for your kind words and for your support as a member for half a year. Really love and appreciate your work, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the kind words and for the support. I hope that the membership is still to your satisfaction. If anything in the lounge is not to your satisfaction, do let me know. And let me see what I can do to make things better for you and the other members. Do the best I can. Glad to hear you're appreciating. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you want to help this channel grow. It really helps to bring in more people in the future. We're waiting for the next airplanes to be taking off. Finnair with the A350 is also coming this way. That's the third A350 taking off from the Kaagbaan then. Quite lovely. Good afternoon, Krista. Colin, good morning. QJ already there. Rodney also back. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Hoi. Dat kan, ja. Hey, leuk. René van der Wal is on board de A350. Which is right there. A lady came up to me and informed me about it. He will be leaving pretty soon. Tours to boot, good afternoon. And good afternoon to everybody else who may have joined in the meantime as well. Next up, Delta Airlines Flight 73 to Atlanta, Georgia. Finnair with the A350 over there as well. Third A350 of the show. We saw Delta and Singapore. And Finnair will be the third A350 taking off from runway 24. Is that Air Transat? Or what? That's Air... No, that's WestJet, isn't it? WestJet, allegedly the best jet. Hey, Garuda in the SkyTeam livery. Ah, that looks so much like your old beloved Marissa. The BVD also used to be in the SkyTeam livery. A good reminder of what we used to have. Finnair up next, Finnair Flight 1302, which will be leaving for bloody Helsinki in Finland. And apparently René is on board. I hope he has a seat on the left-hand side so that he can see us filming him. Hey, German Monster, also back in the chat. Colin says, I felt me a boy this week spotting the Chinooks at Teugen Airport refueling. That must have been spectacular to see. Chris Coot is also saying hi, albeit from afar. Next up, flight 1302 from Finnair, an A350, going to bloody Helsinki in Finland. It's the OHLWT, Lima Whiskey Tango. That's an airplane that's a year old, first flight November 2024. Third A350 taking off from runway 24 in today's show. Never grows old, does it? Can't wait for the KLM A350s to be arriving. To be delivered. You can already tell it's going to be a good looking airplane, the KLM A350, once it does get delivered. Yeah, light indeed. Maurice says that he is missing the KLM 777, the BVD, and the SkyTeam livery. Yeah, you and more. Me too. I still don't understand why they went and painted it back in the standard livery. Already so many in the fleet looking like that. Such a shame. Yeah, the world needs more A350s and cones. You're absolutely right, 100%. Hey, nice. Martin posted some shots of the Antonov in the community section. Wolfgang did as well earlier when it landed at Linz. You have to scroll back to the bottom a bit. It was some time ago, but I remember that he also posted a few shots of the Antonov at Linz, where he was able to spot them. Now, Donald seems to have gotten onto land. When the two-legged shouty animals are no longer in the vicinity, they do dare to venture onto land. Now, and the tufted duck, Snoop Duck, is over there. Oh, he's doing a Gary Grebe. Where will he resurface? Oh. Easy answer. And gone again. Meanwhile, belly shot of a KLM member. United flight 908 to Chicago, number 2 to take off, will be preceded by a TUI 737, and that's the 4 fly. Or no, fly 4. Snoop Ducky Duck, indeed. That's even better. Oh, hey, oh. Ita is leaving via the wrong runway. You bastards. Martin Luther King. Jesus, that's a good one, Tom. Martin Luther King. Okay, we're waiting for the 737 of Fly 4 to make an appearance. Before that, another ITA. Yes, they're leaving back to back. Going to the wrong runway. All right, no time to waste. Fly 4 on behalf of TUI. Now, recently somebody described this as, what was it again? Business chic or something, or informal business livery. Next up, first end of August, the first A350. I have to look into it. If it is arriving on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I will have to reschedule my workday that day. I hope the official date will be announced early, because I wouldn't want to miss it, just like I missed out on the F-35s. Stupid Schiphol announcing stuff only a week prior. Now that everybody works in a job that they can get their agendas cleared on such short notice. KLM Embraer over there. We're waiting for United Airlines flight 908 to go to Chicago O'Hare. Speaking of O'Hare, how is the hair situation over here? Quite a lot of creatures to see, but no hares. Are they on board? On board this airplane? Might be. Going home. Chicago O'Hare. That's where they feel at home. I think this is the first 767 of the show, isn't it? United Airlines, flight 908 to Chicago. Sounds from a 767 that is 33 years old. This airplane began flying in September 1992, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Anything going on over there? Doesn't look to be the case. Hey, Gary in Amsterdam, also back. Good to see you, mate. No traffic here at the threshold of runway 24 right away. Most of the traffic is now going to 18 left. Garuda Indonesia in the SkyTeam livery is one of them and is looking to become the third departure after this, and the KLM to Kigali before it. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Hey, Murmelnator. Herzlich willkommen. Schönen Samstag. That is WestJet, most definitely. KLM A330 to Kigali in... now rolling on 18 left. And after that, the Garuda Indonesia SkyTeam livery. Oh. K5 going to the Risa. The runway safety end zone or something? Runway end safety. Oh, come on. you guys looked it up and mentioned it last time we were here, and I have forgotten already. Risa. Something with runway and safety area, if I recall correctly. Hey, it's the PHBVD back in the SkyTeam livery. Oh wait, no, it's Garuda Indonesia. Aw. Garuda Indonesia in the SkyTeam livery going to Jakarta in Indonesia. 777-300. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's going into the clouds already. I also thought I felt a small droplet just now. Not sure if we're getting substantial rain, but it's definitely not as sunny anymore as it was in the beginning of the show. If all is well, it should stay mostly, if not completely, dry. And we're awaiting fireworks tonight here in the Netherlands. Code yellow, weather warning. Code yellow weather warning has been issued for the majority of the country for the late afternoon and tonight. Thunder showers might fall. We'll see. After today and tomorrow, and maybe a few droplets on Monday, it should get better again. The remainder of next week should be spring-like again. And another period of dry weather is expected. E2 Umbrella 195, KLF Flight 1139 to Dublin, Ireland up next. And Mizam Us is celebrating 14 months of membership. He writes, great show, as always, mate. Thank you so much for the kind words, Mizam. It's always a pleasure to have you in our chat. And I hope that everything in the lounge is still to your satisfaction. So much, Mizam, for 14 months of membership, and congratulations. If you have any suggestions for improvements, do let me know. That goes for all members, new and old. Michael DCA is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. And Gerrit is as well. Goedemorgen. Welcome, one and all. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan, runway 24, primary runway for departures, but not the only runway. Diverging departures are in progress, and that means that 18 left is also in use. We've seen Gary Grebe here, Chris Good, Daisy Duck, Snoop Ducky Duck. A hairy situation in the field. So much to see here. And then several 747s as well. Several A300s. And if I counted correctly, no less than 3 separate A350s from different carriers taking off via the Kaagbaan. Next airplane taking off, Iberia flight 732 to Madrid. That's an A319. After that, an Embraer 175 to Jersey. And, well, no wide bodies right now on the platform. Not to either of the 2 open runways for departures. Wind is picking up a little. So that begs the question, what does the new METAR say? Let me see if I can find a moment to update the ticker between the departures. This is number 175, of course. And another one will be leaving after this. Wind is most definitely picking up. verify as a human first. Meter TAF has gotten really strict lately. Well, while this loading is taking place... Oh, there you go. I was about to say, why don't we show the normal footage? So, few clouds at 1600 feet. The wind is still from the same direction as it was before. Mostly headwind. Wind speed has picked up to 11 knots. Now double-digit wind speed. So it is getting a bit more windy right now. I'm going to update the ticker in a moment. It seems we've crossed through 500 likes. Thank you all so much for that, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already, if you want to help this channel grow. Your likes really help to bring in more people in the future. Embraer 175. Right, not much going on over there. Flight to Poznan in Poland has just left. Embraer 175 Exodus. Oh, there is a pile of sand after all, over here. And a nice shot of several tails in a row. Which ones do we see? Chinese, Emirates. What else is there? Is there also still an Atlas Air over there? Is that the dark blue? Not the blue in the foreground, of course. Right. Meter in the ticker has been updated. Adam, good morning. Goedemorgen. Air Canada has arrived over there where the threshold is. Air Canada flight 901, bank robber, going to Montreal, taking our money. Ah, of course, national. Yeah. And we not only have a bank robber going to Montreal, we also have a fake plane going to Calgary. Oh dear. Where's the fake? Oh yeah, I can see it already. KLM flight 677. Air Canada is taking its time. Not in a hurry. Quite confident bank robbers. We've got the loot, they're not going to stop us. We can take it easy. Here are the grebes, Gary and his mate. I've yet to see greblings. Only a few ducklings we've seen, but now two. Not yet, not today at least. Wonder if they survived. We did have Donald and Daisy here a couple of weeks back with 3 ducklings. Cathay 8350 going to 18 left. What a surprise. That happens quite regularly, unfortunately. It would have been fun if it were taking off via runway 24, but it's still too early. It's 12:30. Means we still have to suffer, we still have to endure half an hour of diverging departures. National is scheduled to leave 18 left, 114 says W. So maybe we are going to see it again. Just not really close by. Air Canada on its way now. Lovely Dreamliner. Bleak sunshine through the clouds. It's not opening up. Control traffic is hard to see. Maybe if you're lucky through a gap, but mostly things are cloudy over here. Not really favorable weather to be doing any contrail spotting, unlike the last couple of days. Yesterday evening it was still pristine and clear. The moon was out. I still had to do some testing with my scope, so I did do that. I'm pleased to report that everything went according to plan. I'm still testing out my polar alignment, and if I can have an accurate polar alignment without first having to go through an elaborate process, I think I've gotten a repeatable process down. And also the auto guiding I've optimized. That should be working really well now. After, I think it's been 2010, right before I went back to university for the second time, then I stopped with that hobby. Haven't looked back since, until 2 months ago or so. EasyJet Bristol up next, and an A330 over there, but is it really there? It's fake, the Papa Hotel Alpha Kilo Echo. Hey Peter, goedemiddag. And Gary asks if 18 left has a place to plane spot too. Well, you can film and spot from the northern threshold, the cycling path of the Loevesteinse Randweg, which is the road that leads from the McDonald's to the P3 parking lot. I've been streaming there on numerous occasions until one time earlier in the year I got sent away because of the authority, the Schiphol authority, but you are able to get there. Aalsmeer is used as 36 right for arrivals. There's also a place on the south side that you can spot from, and if you are creative, or if you can have somebody who will pick you up and drop you off, there's also a place right behind over there, the fuel tanks and whatnot. You can also spot from this side, but that is not an official parking spot, spotter's place. There is a place called Spottersplaats Aalsmeerbaan on Google Maps. If you look that up, you'll find that there is a parking lot near an intersection with a gas station at Schiphol Oost. Let me pick up Google Maps and quickly show you guys. So if you want to spot at 36 right, there is a place over here. Here it says Spottersbaan Aalsmeerbaan, It's not really a spotter's place, but you can park your car there for free, and you're right at the beginning of the runway. Now, there are people who have spotted from here as well, just south of the fuel tanks, but there's not a lot of parking space over there, but you can go there, and obviously next to the threshold, the cycling path, Loevesteinse Randweg over here. And here in this field you can also stand. It's not places that I go to because of the secondary nature of Aalsmeerbaan. It's always used as a secondary runway and hardly ever is it in use constantly. It means that if you go there to make pictures, shoot photos or make compilation videos, it's a perfectly good location to be filming from or shooting pictures from. To host a live stream over there for several hours will mean you'll have an hour of action, an hour of nothingness to fill, and so on. Right, here's the fake to Calgary. The Papa Hotel Alpha Kilo Echo. Is it real or is it fake? You guys be the judge of that. Hey Klaartje, goedemiddag. Good to see ya. Hope all is well. Now, Cathay A350-1000 is about to line up on runway 18 left. Not even taking the threshold on the far north, but it seems to... Oh no, it is continuing. I spoke too soon. It was looking like it was going to line up, but it is continuing to the threshold after all. A real fake indeed. Now, looking on flight radar, quite a few of the airplanes are going to the wrong runway. The only one that seems to be a candidate for runway 24 is Delta Airlines flight 163 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Steven, what are you doing, mate? Steven, aka Just Plain Nuts, super chatted, no milestones for me and times move faster for all people, LOL. Come on, you didn't have to use a super chat to get that message across, now did you? Thank you so much for your generosity though, Steven. Much appreciated. Yeah, time does move faster when you get older. I noticed that too. It's only that they keep postponing the age until when you can retire. So each time I'm thinking, oh, I'm getting a year closer to retirement, and the government says, screw you, boy. We'll have you work another 2 years instead. I spy, with my little eye, a same manure tank as we saw at Polderbaan yesterday. So they're also going to be, the shitstorm is also going to go down here as well. And it looks like there is the hay that they harvested from this field of grass. Hoedje van Papiro, goedemiddag. JW Slijm, goedemiddag. JW Slijm says that KLM 100 years livery to Chicago is expected to leave at 1:30. That's almost an hour of waiting still. I hope it's going to pick up here at the Kaagbaan in the meantime. We're now waiting for the appearance of not KLM, Cathay Cargo. No, not Cathay Cargo, Cathay Pacific. Cathay Pacific Flight 270 to Hong Kong. I got paid, so I had to, Steven says. Oh man, come on. Well, thank you so much, Steven. We're waiting for the Cathay Pacific A350 1000 to Hong Kong Flight 270 to become visible. I think it's rolling. Cathay Pacific, the Bravo Lima X-ray Quebec. There it is. Meow. Meep meep. Rotating and climbing out. I think I just saw the question of Davey while I was filming. Can't always watch the live chat. Davey asking about the pension age in the Netherlands. 67 and then some, a few months as well. It's going up every year with a month or so. In New Zealand, you can still retire at 65, says Moria. Well, hopefully I'll be able to retire a bit earlier. Let's see if we can get a nest egg, build a nest egg that allows for an earlier retirement. But over here, the state pension is awarded to people at age 67, and I think even a few months more. It changes every year. I think they're going up, and it's going up with a month per year. So this year maybe 67 and so many months, and then it is so many plus one a year later. Since it is more than 2 decades away from me still, I don't concern myself with it on a daily basis. One thing I do know is that you shouldn't rely on the state to provide you a pension, and that you have to make sure you get it yourself. Retirement is something I've been looking forward to the day I got out of university. The only one joy of getting older. A321neo KLM. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for traffic to pick up. Marissa has to go. Thank you so much for joining us today. Real life duties are calling. I can see. Whoa, let's see. Is there anything coming this way? Embraer 175 to Copenhagen. You can stream 5 days a week, then 7 days a week even. I'm already working 6, so could go for six streams a week. Well, question is, of course, how much money do you need to retire and live well? It'll probably help if you've paid off your mortgage. To me, it almost looks like there is a windmill in the back. I keep looking at this and I'm thinking, hey, is that a windmill with 3 of the 4 wings? But it's a crane and something in the foreground. But every time I'm looking there, I'm thinking, hey, is that a regular mill? A windmill? One of those old ones that the Netherlands is known for. Emperor 190. Good afternoon. Blauw-geel trains, blue-yellow trains asks in Dutch, did you ever spot airplanes with thunderstorms? The answer is no. Reason, I'm not suicidal. Rodney says, here in the US you can retire at 62, but your Medicare coverage doesn't kick in until 65. Yeah, well, same here. You can retire whenever you want if you have a nest egg that will last you. But the state pension will only kick in at 67 and a few months or so. Now that is not much to write home about. It already isn't much. Not enough to cover the mortgage in my case. So I'm already working on building a nest egg that will provide me for years to come. Mustn't rely on the state in that sense. And also pension funds. That's why I'm self-employed. I like to take care of things myself. Think I can do better. 777 in the meantime. Taking off to Nairobi, the canyon of Capita, which is in Africa. Paul says, taking a break from work, liking the chilled lifestyle, I must admit. Ooh. Now, if I recall correctly, you're self-employed as well, aren't you, Paul? That's nice. A buddy of mine always takes a couple of months off between assignments. That's also pretty nice. I've been thinking about maybe just taking a break from the day job and go full-time with streaming, but right now it's just not at the point that it is feasible. It's growing, undoubtedly, but or at least it was until the NATO summit. Flight 603 to LAX is pinging. Delta Airlines Flight 163 to Minneapolis, Minnesota is coming this way. And TUI Flight 365 to Willemstad, Curaçao is also on its way. So we are going to get a few more wide bodies pretty soon. And Shamrock has arrived, or at least I'm assuming it is an arrival. Now, it's not showing on flight radar and I have outbound traffic filtered, so that must be an inbound. Lord Andrew says, I think somebody has put water in your vodka, lol. Oh shit, am I starting to make sense all of a sudden? That's not right. I am so sorry, Andrew. Let me take a sip and quickly double check then. That still tastes like AMS vodka to me. Must be sobering up then. Have to keep up the drinking. Thank you so much, Andrew, for your long-lasting support. 13 months and counting. I hope that they've been to your taste. And if anything is amiss in the lounge, let me know. And if you have any suggestions for improvements, let me know. I'm starting to make too much sense, and all of a sudden people are suspecting my vodka has been polluted with water. Are you trying to poison me, mate? Water? Shit's about to go down somewhere. Because in front of that tractor is a contraption that normally would hold a hose through which manure would be flowing. Gary says the NATO summit was my last long vacation, more than a week. And Naomi asks why the channel stopped growing after the NATO. Well, it did continue to grow, but only at a pace that was marginal compared to what we had in the years prior. I asked ChatGPT and Gemini, and AI says that because of the influx of viewers that normally don't watch airplanes, and the many subscribers that only subscribe because of the hype of Air Force One. And after the NATO summit, when the algorithm tried to promote the content to all those viewers who weren't clicking through, you get low click-through rates, you get low viewing time, and you see that a lot of the new subscribers aren't watching. And the algorithm then thinks, oh, the channel has gone sour and is not going to promote it as much anymore. And apparently the algorithm can reset at some point. It is continuously trying to test new audiences and whatnot, but well, in the case of this channel it has taken quite a long time. I'm happy to see that in April we at least had more than 1,000 new subscribers. That's the first time since the NATO summit that we came above 1,000. We only touched above it slightly, but it was the first time in almost a year. Hey, the Harry situation is continuing over here. At ease. Hey there, Terry. Terry tuning in for Florida. Good morning. Tilletje, goedemorgen, good morning. Banana getting pushed back. Probably going to 18 left, right. Indeed, Rubens knows what's up. Water, wil je me vergiftigen of zo? Funny clip by an alcoholic who, when interviewed, and I think it was from years ago, I think it was the local Amsterdam news network 85. Some alcoholic was interviewed and they were talking about, I think about water consumption or heat or something. And the guy was like, water? Are you trying to poison me or something? Actually, I have to laugh because one of my uncles actually said something similar recently. We were having dinner, and we ordered something to drink and also a bottle of water, and we were pouring in glasses of water, and we were asking if my uncle also wanted some, and he said no, that's water is for the fish. Anyway. TUI Flight 365 to Willemstad Curaçao is turning onto the runway. There are 3 wide bodies back to back right now here at the Kaagbaan. I think this is KLM Flight 603 and before it is KLM 705. Gary says, was that when you changed your mic? What caused the bump? What mic and what bump are you talking about? Not sure I'm following what you're referencing. DHL is on its way to runway 24. That's good news. Didn't expect that. Where's it going to go to then? Oh, it's 12:55, so the power hour of Kaagbaan is going to begin pretty soon. Awesome. The sun is coming out again and it's illuminating the airplane beautifully. Davey says that water is for the hardest alcoholics. They can't wait until it's turned into beer, my grandfather used to say. The die-hard alcoholics. Hey, what's this? Is that another pushback that just happened? Yeah, that's a Chinese triple. That's a Chinese triple. Ah, Gary says, curious what would have increased the bump in new subscribers and viewers. I have no idea. I have no idea. Well, one thing that did help is that, of course, in the last month it has been good weather and I've been able to stream almost on all days that normally I have reserved for streaming. I think that probably helps. I think it really helps if you're live streaming on a daily basis. I think that's something that the algorithm favors. Looking in my stats, I don't see any significant changes over the course of years with respect to click-through rate of the streams, with respect to the average view duration. It's all pretty constant before and after the NATO summit, so it has to have something to do with other factors. Now, nobody knows exactly how the YouTube algorithm works, nor do I. No idea. The only thing I can hope for is that the momentum is going to continue. Hans says, my doctor forbade me to drink any longer unless it contains alcohol. I love your doctor. He sounds like a prudent man or woman. National 747 now scheduled 1:14, runway 24. Hey, that's good news. That's good news indeed. Updated livery, deeper smile, blue nose cone. Unicolor, if you will. Nicholas, good afternoon, welcome back. And Era is also back. Alpenverer, good afternoon. Alperenvener. Apologies for constantly mispronouncing your name. Don't do that on purpose. Maxime has to go. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. Tube, tube, tube. Incoming alert. Jeez. Oh, right overhead. Am I the only one who always thinks whenever birds are flying overhead, keep your bums tight. Don't be dropping any poop on me now. Something I'm always afraid of. I've had a few close calls in the past, so Gary says that his dad says you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Your dad is a wise man, Gary. Transavia to Barcelona, flight 5135 up next, an A321neo. And Aviation Lover asks about the news. If I heard about the news of Spirit, I have heard about it. It was mentioned this morning here in the live chat. I didn't hear before, but it was mentioned early on in the stream already. Spirit going belly up. Ascension Day came early for Spirit. Or is that too soon? Jay Dillon is tuning in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Good morning, mate. Welcome back. Welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined in the meantime. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy, and we are here at the Kaagbaan, the colloquial name of runway 24, 0624, in use for departures to the southwest as runway 24. It's 1:03, and I think that the runway that was also open for departures, 18 left, will close after Air Oink Oink has taken off from it. That's happening right now. Pegasus, which is going to be appearing in the background any moment now. There it is. Think now the runway is going to close, and the runway we are standing right next to has become the only runway for outbound traffic for an hour. Air Oink Oink. People sometimes ask why Air Oink Oink. Well, we have several nicknames for this airplane, for this carrier. It's Pegasus, but over here on all airplanes it says flypgs.com. Most of us read fly pigs into it. Flying pigs, Air Oink Oink. Pegasus, if you will. Transavia A321 Neos. A spotter abroad is tuning in from Curaçao. Good to see you again. Ilgin, good morning, or good afternoon I should say, and welcome back. If you guys have been enjoying the show thus far, and you haven't done so already, consider adding a like to the number. It really helps to bring in more people in the future. There's plenty room for more. We have a couple of wide bodies that are going to be taking off any moment now. KLM Flight 603 to LAX, but also an A300 to Madrid. Joining Schiphol as well. It's warming up nicely, so I'm once again taking off the jacket and am putting the Sennheiser transmitter in my back pocket so that the wire of the lavalier mic is not in the way. Mervyn. Oh no, Mervyn was already there. Air van de Ville, tuning in from the Veluwe, where there are no fires at the moment. Hopefully it's going to stay like that. The thunderstorms are nice in that they provide water if there is going to be some rain. They might also start new fires. Wouldn't that be something? If the next batch of forest fires are caused by the weather. DHL A300 600 on its way to Madrid. Cargolux to Luxembourg is also pinging. If that's leaving before 2, it's going to be a Kaagbaan departure. A300 600. Hey, check it out. Snoop Ducky Duck has a mate. Oh no! Stop being so rude. You fucking kunt. What a kunt. Chasing away poor Snoop Ducky Duck and his mate there. Aww. The duck is looking scared. Like, what the fuck is that kunt doing? Come on. Hey. Nasty little buggers, aren't they? Jesus. China Southern Cargo, flight 454 to Shanghai in China. Close but no cigar, Mervyn. Dodged a bullet there. Call me Boy the Bullet Dodger. Why they call him the Bullet Dodger? Because he dodges bullets, Evie. Right up next is KLM Flight 603 to LAX, 78710. The PHBKC, Bravo Kilo Charlie. 6 years old, first flight October 2019. Or okay, I do see movement on flight radar. I think this is it. Or what's happening? It's vacating. It's vacating, isn't it? KLM Flight 603. Aborting. It's going off the runway again. Okay, for reasons yet unknown, has anybody been listening in on ATC? Does anybody know more of what we just witnessed? For some reason, KLM Flight 603 went off the runway. Not sure if it is just a delay or if they're going back to the gate. Usually what they'll do is troubleshoot and then decide on a second attempt at takeoff or going back to the gate. Hey Adrie, goedemiddag. You're right, Stephen. If you haven't ever watched Snatch, it's definitely a must-see. Office Space is too, by the way. Particularly if you work in office space environments. Mandatory viewing. I see quite a few of you have seen Office Space as well. What's going on with the cover sheets of your TPS for your TPS reports? Yeah, we're putting cover sheets on all TPS reports from now on. Did you get the memo? Did you see the memo? I'll make sure you get another copy of that memo. Unfortunately, not all Peters who are watching and are interacting in the chat have seen it, because whenever a new Peter enters the chat and I say, "Hey Peter, what's happening?" they don't seem to pick up on it. Oh, and next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day, so if you want, you can wear a Hawaiian shirt to work. It's not that I'm lazy, it's that I just don't care. Paul says there's a new season of The Gentleman arriving in autumn, hopefully. I still have to watch the series. I know there has been a series has been created. I've yet to see it. Transavia on its way to Pisa. Pisa. Marten, goedemiddag. And Hank says that KLM Flight 603 is going back to the gate. That is a pity. Chinese triple is getting pushed back. That should be a candidate for runway 24. Kaagbaan also in the process of getting pushed back. I am sure I am. I'll have to make a note of it that I don't forget to see if I can watch that series. I don't have any of the streaming networks, so I'd have to look for a different way to obtain the series. Where is it broadcast on? Is it Netflix or one of the other streaming networks? Hey, John is just back. Well, you haven't missed much except for some banter and a KLM returning to the gate. KLM Flight 603 lined up on runway 24 and then vacated and now is going back to the gate for reasons still unknown. Don't speak of the O face, Andy. Oh. Which reminds me, I still need to get me a new mat because I am jumping to conclusions so regularly. My jump to conclusions mat has worn. Steven says, I love the movie Bruce Almighty, but especially for Steve Carell's performance when Bruce was manipulating him on the news desk. Oscar, please. Steve Carell is quite a good actor. For those of you who only know him from The Office, he is absolutely capable of doing more than that. Netflix, right. Thanks, guys. So, that was KLM Flight 757 to Panama City, 777-300. Brace yourselves for another Queen, ladies and gentlemen. And what am I seeing in the background? That's not a fire, is it? Come on. That's in the direction of Amsterdam West. Is there something burning? There definitely seems to be a fire going on over there right now. Has anybody heard anything? Has anybody seen anything? So, just for our getting our bearings in, this is the south of Amsterdam, and we are looking to the east, more or less, east northeast. So. Well, Kaagbaan to Luxembourg. As expected, light. Interesting angle. Kaagbaan 46 Delta to Luxembourg, 7478 Lima X-ray Victor Charlie India, hitting the clouds already. 12 years old, first flight May 2013. Ah, woningbrand. So, fire in a house. Ah, Willemsparkweg, Amsterdam Zuid. That's not too far from Museum Square for those of you who know Amsterdam. Right, so not a forest fire. Mervyn says somebody is reporting that Sheraton is on fire. No, it's definitely further back. This is in Amsterdam. Or is there a Sheraton hotel in the Willemsparkweg? Yeah, that may well be the Willemsparkweg we're looking to. Yeah, it's always the question, are there people at home? Where did it begin? Did it begin on the ground floor? Are there occupants living above? Which is often the case in the city. Right, Transavia to Naples up next. A321neo, flight 6411. Steven says I need a scanner for Amsterdam. I think these days the networks are secured and you can no longer listen to them via a scanner. What you can do is go to the P2000 website. There are a few of them. In the Netherlands, the emergency services are using P2000 and there are usually text messages of the emergencies on those websites. I see that Center has also opened up for arrivals right now. So once again, the ticker is false with respect to runway use. Or false, outdated. KLM in the SkyTeam livery. The 737-900 we already saw earlier. And on top of that, Garuda Indonesia as well with SkyTeam. Alright, Gary is hearing the fire trucks in the meantime. Yeah, it's still burning there. What time did the fire begin, or what time did the first alerts come in on P2000? Infinity, Graham, good afternoon lads, welcome back. Hope all is well. Sheraton logo catches fire at Amsterdam Hotel. Guests evacuated to the Hilton. Okay, well. Pretty heated situation there in the city of Amsterdam then. Also on my end, Infinity. Nice to hear everything is good. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, have a look. First time in the show. Premiering are Daisy and the ducklings. How many are there? There was a couple of ducks that used to have 3. There are at least 2 that I saw before they went into the reeds. Daisy is also wondering, where are they? Is that the 3rd? 1, 2, 3. Hey, is this the same? It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They're swimming in the reeds just as their mom taught them. That's a good thing. Stay hidden from view. That's how you make it through childhood as a duck. Ah, it's under control. David is also seeing the fire from his balcony. Yeah, looking in the direction the smoke was coming from, it does look a bit calmer already. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. There's one. Oh, wait for me, wait for me. Where are they going to? Hey, Yayodi, good afternoon. Irv, good afternoon. Welcome to the show, guys. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan, where pretty soon a few wide bodies are going to be taking off. KLM flight 759 to San Jose is also returning. What's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? That's the second KLM wide body that is leaving. That's the second KLM wide body in half an hour that is lining up and going off the runway again. Not exactly sure what happened there. If anybody happens to be listening to ATC and has heard more, do let us know. I, for one, am pretty curious what's going on here. And I'm pretty sure you guys would also want to know. Sad music coming up. Oh, no. This is the one you were waiting for. KLM flight 641 to New York JFK is still coming because the show must go on. This is the Papa Hotel Bravo Kilo Foxtrot BKF. 6 years old, first flight December 2019. Clouds do have some openings. You could see it in the backdrop. It is mostly clouded, but not completely, which means we are able to do another contrail spot right here. United. As I was zooming in and I saw the blue engines and the blue tail, I already knew it's United. Quite clearly recognizable as such. United Airlines on its way. Zigasar has to go. Thank you so much for joining, mate. Hopefully see you again soon. Another triple is leaving here for China. This is China Southern Cargo, flight 2690 to Guangzhou in China. blink, and before you know it, another one has taken off. Let's see, a couple of wide bodies. And an Embraer 190. KLM flight 1801 to Düsseldorf. Sneaking up on the wide bodies. Now, let's have a look. If you look on Flightradar, there is a 777-200 to San Jose, lined up at the threshold. Air Canada, A330, also over there. Delta Airlines, that's the airplane that you see on the left, flight 75 to Atlanta, Georgia. That's another A330. And behind that, United Airlines, 767 to Houston in Texas. KLM flight 791 to Sao Paulo, a 777 is coming this way. A Chinese A350 has been pushed back to Guangzhou in China. And a 7879 to Washington is also getting underway. Now, also on the cargo apron. Are we still able to catch the tail? No. There is an A330 coming this way. Quite a lot of wide bodies are taking off right now. The wide bodies Exodus, the grand finale of the stream. It's the grand finale of the stream with all the wide bodies taking off. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already, if you want to help this channel grow. Almost every airplane you see on Flightradar right now is wide-bodied and is going to be taking off from the Kaagbaan. Just in time for the wide bodies indeed, boss. Good to see you again. Let there be cake, 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 cake. Could go for a slice of cake, come to think of it. Still on the diet, but only off and on. The dinner that I referred to earlier with my uncle and aunt, long overdue, the exception to the rule, consider it to be a cheat meal. Rest of the week, strict, except for that one time with Lisa when we had fries for dinner. Screw you, Davey. Davey checking if Maria was still here because he was afraid that I might have blocked her again. That was a fat finger error on my part. That is not, I don't intend on making that happen again. And it seems that we've crossed through 600 likes. Thank you all so much for that, ladies and gentlemen. Your likes go a long way to bring in more people in the future. We have plenty of room for more. So if you want to help this channel grow, don't forget to leave a like on your way out or on your way in. Calories don't count on at the weekend, says Paul. Mary Naomi asks where you can listen to ATC. That's liveatc.net. And over there you can find all the channels for Schiphol. And you usually see which ones that are interesting, which ones are interesting to listen to, because those usually already have multiple listeners. I do like to listen to ATC sometimes when I am watching on Flightradar, particularly when it is quiet, because then you can follow all the commands and all the traffic, because you can oversee things. tried to listen to ATC while watching on Flight Radar and it's really busy, that you're always a step behind the curve, because you hear a command to an airplane and then you have to look, where is that airplane? And by the time you found it, the controller already issued another command to the next airplane and you're struggling to find it, and you're constantly one step behind. But if it is calmer at night and the number of airplanes is less big, it's actually really nice. You can also follow their routine a little. It's easier to follow. liveatc.net, as referenced by Paul. Thank you, Paul. Don't think that the chat is going to let it go. I don't think so either. I think everybody needs to get really drunk and all of a sudden forget that ever happened. As if. Right, the wide bodies are leaving. And Spideyville is tuning in from Bristol in the UK. Welcome, mate. Nice of you to say hi. If you are new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It is mandatory, but it is always appreciated. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. There are still quite a few people watching, and together they know quite a lot, and we'll happily try to answer any questions you might be having. Those wide bodies are all boring. Let's see some narrow bodies. Here we're going to see Transavia, going to ACE. That's Lanzarote, isn't it? I think it is. It is. The PHHSK. Brandon says that the A380 is just east of Schiphol now. What runway has it been assigned to? Center? Probably center. Emirates Flight 147 is flying in, probably at an altitude that the clouds are in the way. I'm looking because where it is right now, from the polar bound, normally we would be able to see it, which means from here we should also be able to see it, provided that we know where it is and where we need to look, and if the clouds aren't in the way. I think they are going to be in the way, unless the A380 has descended already to below the clouds. I'm not sure if it is. It's still flying base. Oh! Oh? Is it going to the Polderbaan? Is it going to the Polderbaan? Because I spy with my little eye a diverging departure. So it seems that 18 left has already opened up, which is royally early, since it is 1:38. Was that just a one-off? Goods being nasty to each other. A righteous infliction of retribution manifested in an appropriate agent in the form of a Kunt. A380 to Polderbaan, so that means that the diverging departures are beginning way earlier than normal. If the A380 is going to Polderbaan, we still ought to be able to see it from here when it is on final. Should be turning onto the glide slope right now, and on paper I think we ought to be able to see it if we know where exactly we needed to point the camera, which I am... Oh, yep, well, no, that's That's an airplane before it. Haha. I know that wouldn't go under the radar with you, Paul. Yeah, so I think this is already the glide slope to center. So on paper, if there, oh wait, no, is that, what's that? That's already leaving. That's an A350, isn't it? Yeah, Chinese A350 is leaving via the wrong runway. Those bastards. Indeed, Paul. .767 United Airlines Flight 21 on its way out. And somewhere over there should be an A380 on final to the Kaagbaan. I'm thinking it should become visible somewhere in this field of view. I was crouched behind the laptop to see more details, but still not seeing the A380. Oh wait, we have a visual. There it is. KLM Flight 791 to Sao Paulo. In the meantime, is taking off over here. 777-300. Gary Grebe over there, Chris Coot over here, A380 over there. There it is, Emirates Flight 147 arriving from Dubai. Number 2 on flight radar, tracked by 942 people. Now number 4. And again, more people are watching via flight radar than are via the stream. Pity that they don't know of AMS Live, where they could see it real life. It's the Alpha 6 Echo Echo Yankee, 12 years old, first flight March 2014. Judy just had the first Emirates A380 in Brisbane today. Wow! After 2 months of not seeing it, they did take their time then, resuming flights to Brisbane. Over here it resumed more quickly. Most definitely. Right, well, A380 has landed, and most of the wide bodies that I thought were going to go via runway 24 have in the meantime taken off via 18 left. There's only one narrow wide body still at the threshold of runway 24. KLM Flight 651 to Washington. What else is coming? Mostly narrow bodies for the time being. There's definitely something further northeast. KLM Flight 611. That's definitely also a candidate for 2-4. Right. I'm thinking maybe it is a good time to wrap up because there's not much going on anymore. Outbound traffic is mostly narrow bodies. Yeah, sure, KLM Flight 611 is probably going to be taking off via runway 24 at some point, but I think this is more or less the end of the power hour. They already have started using 18 left again for departures. 20 flipping minutes earlier than normal. So I think it's a sign to wrap up and go home. Be back again tomorrow, hopefully, weather permitting. I hope the weather will be good enough to do a stream. I think they were expecting an area of rain around noon. So probably in the morning hours we can squeeze out a few hours of streaming before it is going to rain. I am going to wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I had a great time and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already, if you want to help this channel grow. A massive big thanks for all the other forms of support, for all the super chats, the super stickers, the gifted memberships, and those who renewed their membership or became a member themselves. Also thanks for all the gift shop purchases and PayPal donations that may have happened in the meantime. Mods, a big thanks once again to all of you for keeping the chat friendly and accessible to everybody. Looking to see you all tomorrow. In good health and good spirits. Enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow, guys. Bye for now and take care.